Hey there, it's Marshawn Evans, reinvention strategist, life catalyst, and founder of Me University. And today I'm really just still on a high. I'm really overflowing from the overflow that poured out during an intensive laser coaching day that I had with 5 dynamic women leaders who came to spend an entire day with me in Atlanta to get clarity about their dreams. And these are dreams that God had been speaking into them and depositing and really growing over their entire lives. And so they brought all of that with them, their plans, their dreams, their hopes, and even their fears. And we just really delved in deep, and they left with such an amazing sense of clarity that it was really a blessing to me to get to be a part of that process with them. And so I'm really just humbled that God was able to use me as a vessel to help them get that clarity. But as I really thought about the day, and I thought about how much power was really being birthed and being developed and being positioned to really have a dynamic influence in the marketplace, but also in the lives of other people. Each of these women were teachers in their own right, and just everyday women looking to go higher in their calling. And what I thought was really powerful beyond what happened during the day was that they actually showed up to allow that to happen. And to show up for your life it really is about the highest level of courage, in my opinion. Because the question is not whether or not you are called. The question is whether or not you will answer the call. I've always said that many are called, but few are chosen. The difference between the called and the chosen is that the chosen choose to answer. And these women chose to show up. They chose to answer the call in a mighty and bigger way. And there were a lot of people who needed to be in that room and in that place and have that same type of experience. But perhaps they were silencing the call by listening to the voice of fear. And let me tell you, fear can look like worrying about the finances, worrying about whether it fits into your schedule, worrying about whether this will actually work for you. And in all of those ways, we begin to silence the opportunity to advance higher. And so these women showed up. And so the question I have for you today is, when will you show up? And what are the things that God has really been dealing with you about showing up for? Is it showing up more in your prayer life, where you need to be spending more time with Him so that He can really renew the dream in your heart, so you have a passion and a vigor and an energy to go after it? Maybe He's encouraging you or stirring your spirit to show up more in your personal life and to be more present in your relationships and have more clarity about how important those things really are, so you can be centered and focused with what really matters. Or maybe He's asking you as well, just like He did these ladies, to show up for your dreams, to start standing up for them as opposed to sitting on them and starving them. Maybe He's asking you to finally take a step and start doing your dream as opposed to start dreaming about the dream that you really don't in your heart believe ever is going to come to pass. It's not that He's waiting. It's not that you need to keep waiting on God. Sometimes He's waiting on you to start actually moving and doing. And so where is it that you need to show up? What is it that you need to show up for? Because when you show up, you're really giving God the opportunity to show out. Because when we show up, that's just what He does. Because let me tell you, He certainly did that during the dynamic day that I had with these amazing women. And so He showed out, but they had to do their part first by showing up. And so my question for you is, where do you need to show up? And not only where do you need to show up, but when? When are you going to take that step? When are you going to show up? When are you going to allow that dream not to be something that you long for, but that you start actually living? I know that the best is within you. I know that it's just waiting to manifest through you. And it takes courage to actually do that. I want to leave you with Romans chapter 12, verse 6, and actually the Message version of that passage. And it says, let's just go ahead and be what we were made to be. You were born to be brilliant. You were born to soar. You were born to be excellent and to live your dreams in a mighty, dynamic way. Because if you serve an unlimited God and you're made in His image, then you were born to do things in an unlimited way. There's unlimited possibility in front of you, but my question before you still stands: will you show up? Will you give yourself permission to be who God has already made you to be? Forward this message on to somebody else who's struggling in any area of their life, their purpose, their brilliance, their business, whatever it might be, and encourage them to actually start showing up for themselves and for the things that God has for them. I believe in you, and I'll see you the next time. Take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.